Never forget where you're coming from. King Shanga set the trend. Yo, I want them. Mama.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel datmisehtv. It's your girl Deezer. Now guys, today in this video I just wanted to talk about some common questions that I get asked all the time about moving to Jamaica, what it's like living in Jamaica, especially from people who are interested in coming to live in Jamaica, thinking about it, but are not quite sure how they can make it work for them. So today I'm just going to answer some of the most common questions that I get asked. These are usually through my DMs on Instagram, in the comments. I get a lot of emails from people. I get a lot of WhatsApp messages. People call me all the time. Just wanted to find out some more information. Wanted to find out about my experiences living out here and how it could possibly work for them, okay? So just a few questions, but I'm going to start with the top question that I get asked all the time. Number one question I get asked all the time is about income. Okay, so a lot of people want to come, but of course they need to generate an income while they're out here, okay? And I know it's not the same for everybody. Some people may be coming out here to retire, some people may not quite be at retirement age, but you know, they are able to come and not work. And then there are some people who are not anywhere near retirement age, or who are not in a position to not work or not generate an income while living out here. Now guys, I can give you some suggestions, right? But I don't have all the answers in terms of all the things you can do to generate income. And of course it's going to be different for different people, okay? So the first thing I would say is, and I'm going to talk about myself here, okay? So I'm going to try to relate it to my experiences, and hopefully this may help some of you out there that's been asking me these questions. So, as some of you may know, as well as some of you may not know, when I came, what I did to generate the income was I became an online teacher. And for me at that time, it was about thinking about the skills that I had, or that I had coming from the UK, things that I'd done in the past, experiences, skills, knowledge that I gained already, and thinking about, you know, how could I make that work for me out here? And when I stumbled across an online teaching job, I thought it was perfect because I'd already had a lot of the skills and attributes that, you know, the online teaching companies were looking for. And for me, it was an easy fit, and it was easy for me to then, you know, just to transfer into that role as an online teacher. And it was one of the best things that I did. I don't work as an online teacher now, but the good thing with online teaching is that it's flexible. So if any point I need to go back, you know, into online teach for any reason, I'm able to just jump in. And guys, let me tell you, companies are headhunting me all the time. They're reaching out to me all the time because it's recruitment time now. A lot of companies are having their recruitment drives now. They need online teachers, a lot of the companies. So guys, if online teaching is something you are interested in, then please do look into it, okay? I have a few videos. I will try to link them in the description on online teaching if you want to explore that further. Another thing, and this is about working remotely, okay? So working online remotely anywhere in the world. I think one thing that the pandemic has definitely done has enabled a lot more of us to be able to work from home, okay? Now, I know some instances where people have moved here to Jamaica and they're still doing their job, the UK job, okay? Because they're working solely online. Now, I know that some companies will allow for you to work remotely, so you're still carrying your job regardless of whatever country you're in. But I also know that there are some companies in the UK that don't allow that. They allow you to work from anywhere within the UK. So check that out, okay? So maybe if you have a job and they're happy for you to go abroad, spend some time abroad, maybe spend a few months abroad and still carry out your work, that may work for you. On that note, there are some jobs that you can apply for that are completely online, remote. Okay, so remote jobs online. I have been looking these up, and guys, there are so many companies, agencies, organizations out there that are advertising jobs different types of jobs, different types of jobs out there where it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you could do the job and get paid, okay? I think, and like I said, I think the pandemic has a lot to do with that, because this was kind of unheard of before. So guys, look into that, remote working, yeah? What else? I think I would also suggest, if you're thinking about moving to Jamaica, and I guess anywhere, right, in the world, and you're thinking about how to generate the income, is there something that you want to do specifically? Maybe you're doing a job in the UK and you think, you know what, I'm done with that, I want to try something new. Maybe there's a business you want to start up. Let me tell you this, what I have found living out here, especially within, like I said, especially within the last couple of years with COVID and everything, a lot of people have started online businesses. There are people out here that are selling clothes online, hair online, and trust me, it is working well for them. So if there is something that you think could work well out here, something that you think the people out here need, or something that they want, look into maybe selling. Okay, you can sell online, as well as, of course, you can sell in the stores, because what I do think about Jamaica is that maybe a little, unlike maybe some of the other countries, and I'm talking about the bigger countries here, maybe US, UK, Canada, and so on, where going into a store is becoming less, less favorable, I guess, and people are doing more shopping online. Here in Jamaica, you can, stores are still a thing, right? You can still go into a store. It's still a popular option, as well as the online options. So if there's a business maybe that you're thinking of starting, research, have a look into it. Maybe that can be something that you can do, a way to bring in an income. And the other option is, of course, getting a job out here in Jamaica. A job on the open market job. So there are many different places that you can look for jobs. I think the only thing with that is, and I've said this before, be aware, okay? So if you're doing a similar job back in the UK or USA or wherever you're coming from, just be aware that the salary is going to be a lot different, okay? So don't come with a salary expectation. Maybe you're doing a job and you're earning a certain amount of money. Don't come with the expectation that you can come to Jamaica, do the same job and get the same amount. No, it's not going to happen. The salaries here are significantly lower, a lot lower than some of us who come from some of the bigger countries. So if you're happy to get a job out here and the salary or the wages work for you, then that's always an option as well, right? But I would definitely encourage people to kind of research different options. And I think in this day and age, the way things are going, online is definitely the way. Online is definitely the way forward. The next question I get asked all the time is, aren't you scared of crime? What's crime like? I want to come back to Jamaica, or I want to move to Jamaica. I want to spend some time in Jamaica, but I'm scared of the crime rate. You hear all of these things in the news, online, about all the things that are happening, and I'm scared. So that's another question I get asked all the time. So in regards to crime in Jamaica, we have a big problem. Let's not sugarcoat it, okay? The thing is this, it's a difficult one, right? Because here on the channel, we try to show the greatness of Jamaica, yeah? All the good things that are happening, okay? We don't want to be bashing Jamaica all the time. I wouldn't be living here otherwise, right? I love this country and I love this place. But yes, crime is an issue. Crime is a big issue. For such a small country, the levels of crime are too high. They're ridiculous, okay? Let's be honest. It hasn't put me off coming to Jamaica and living in Jamaica. And I would say don't let it put you off either. Reason being this. I think there are a few things to take into consideration. Of course, where you choose to live, you want to choose a relatively safe area to live in, a safe parish, safe community. Of course, there may be some volatile communities that as a foreigner, you're not going to pick yourself up and go to live, okay? So that's one thing. Just think about your surroundings and think about where you choose to live. And I think that's why a lot of people, when they do come back, and I'm not recommending this, a lot of people, when they do come back or do decide to live in Jamaica, think about the kind of community they're going to live in. So a lot of people do come and live in gated communities, and I'm not saying, guys, you have to do that. I expressed this before on this channel. I've lived in quite a lot of different places since I've been living here in Jamaica, and apart from one of them, that's the one I'm in now, none of them were gated communities. None of my previous properties that I lived in were gated communities, and I felt safe, okay? But they were in decent areas. They were in pretty good areas, decent areas where I didn't really have to worry about crime. What I would say, crime is everywhere in every country. We know this. You have to be cautious, have your wits about you. You know, don't be too, don't be too lackadaisical, okay? Be cautious, have your wits about you. Move with caution, you know, use your common sense. And don't leave yourself open, okay? And I think that goes for whether you're a foreigner coming into Jamaica or whether you are a local Jamaican, yeah? Just be sensible, have your wits about you, be cautious, don't leave yourself open. And of course, if you're keeping yourself to yourself, you're not mixing up in anything that you're not supposed to be mixing up in, then you shouldn't have a problem. Yes, we know that innocent people do get targeted, innocent people do become victims of crimes, unfortunately. But again, I'm not going to allow that fear to stop me from doing what I want to do. Yeah, I think if I let that fear of, oh my gosh, what's going to happen, if I let that fear overcome me, I wouldn't do anything, right? I'd probably just stay at home in a ball, wrapped up, and not do anything at all. So it's about not letting that fear overcome you. And like I say, making sensible decisions, choices, and having your wits about you. Be cautious. Okay, another question that I get asked a lot is healthcare. What is healthcare like in Jamaica? How do you find it? Can I get private healthcare? So healthcare in Jamaica, yes, there are lots of opportunities for you to get private healthcare. Now, what you'll find in Jamaica is that some of the banks have healthcare policies that you can buy into. They have different levels, of course, of policies that you can buy into. And that may be an option for some of you who are concerned. Now, we know that the healthcare system here, the public healthcare system here, isn't the best. And I know that it's a concern for many of us coming to live in Jamaica, especially when we're coming from countries where, okay, for myself, like the UK, we have the NHS, you know, we don't have to pay for healthcare as such. And we are confident, most of the time, we're confident in the healthcare system. Here it's different, right? It's not as advanced in certain areas. And I know healthcare, especially as we become older, healthcare is a big issue. So there are opportunities, guys, for you to buy into a healthcare policy, private health insurance. And like I said, a lot of the banks out here do enable you to buy policies with them. Okay, so do check that out. Okay, another question I get asked all the time, and this is the funny one, right? Internet. I get asked a lot about the internet. Oh, what's internet like? I want to come out there, you know, I want to work online, but I'm worried about internet. Right, so internet, okay, from my experience, internet works fine most of the time, okay, most of the time. Now, like in all other countries, we have a couple of different providers out here. Flow and Digicel are the two most popular providers. There are more, but Flow and Digicel are the two main providers. Digicel, you usually mainly find that in Kingston. A lot of residents in Kingston use Digicel for their broadband internet, and the rest of the parishes tend to use Flow. You may encounter issues with internet, so internet going out, maybe a cable on the main road has come down, and you know the technicians need to come and fix it. So that does happen. My experience is that it doesn't happen often, but it does happen sometimes. And what I would say, and I say this to everybody, if you're worried about maybe working online and being cut off from the internet because something's happened, buy what's called a modem. So this little modem can be purchased from Flow or Digicel or other places, and it's just a backup. Okay, so if the internet goes from your Wi-Fi, then you can use the modem as a backup. Okay, and so I encourage everybody to get a modem if that's what you're worried about. If you're worried about internet going, get a modem. Okay, so that's the way around it. But to be honest, guys, it does happen. We do get outages every now and then, but it's not something that I've experienced a lot. And also, the type of package that you buy may make a difference in terms of your internet speed. Okay, so the different packages out there, look into them, and if you require higher speed, then of course you can buy into that package with the telecommunications company. Okay, another question I get asked a lot is, what about friends, social life, you know, maybe meeting other expats or other people who've moved from abroad. I'm going to be honest, guys. I've been here a few years now, and I always tell people, well, Outlaw's my friend, right? Yeah, okay, he's my partner, but he's my friend. That is my friend. Like, you know, I'm not a friends I'll be honest, I'm not really a friends person or a company kind of person. I think moving to another country and then trying to establish relationships and friendships can be quite difficult. And I think especially if you're, I don't know, I want to say especially if you're not around people that maybe you can relate to, okay? So I have met other British people who are living out here. You know, we've kind of exchanged numbers and we kind of keep in touch. But I'm going to be honest, I haven't really, until very lately, formed any real kind of like solid friendships with people. I guess also I'm a homely person. You might see us on the vlogs out and about, but I'm a home person, I'm a homebody. I like to be in my house, I like to stay at home. So probably that may be a reason why I'm not really out there meeting people and forming friendships, maybe in the way that I could. But you know where my friendships have come from in the last couple of months? This channel from you guys. Guys, you guys are so supportive of us, and honestly, I have met up with some of you guys. Some of you guys just call me on the WhatsApp. We have a business number that we put out there, of course, to promote our tours and all the other little bits and pieces we're doing with our business. And some of you guys just take the number and call me just to talk, you know, and just to express your you know, your thankfulness for the channel and, you know, and everything like that. And some of my friendships have really just been formed from our subscribers and our viewers, and I love that. Yeah, I formed some really great bonds with some of you guys, so yeah, thank you for that. So that's where my friendships really come from. But I think if you're out here and you're thinking about or worried about, you know, a friendship circle or a friendship group, social life, I think probably the best way to start would be to see if you can find or link up with maybe other expats. And I know there are some groups out there on Facebook where you can expats link together, so that may be a good starting point. Okay, maybe to join one of these groups, maybe see who's in your area, maybe you can link up that way. Yeah, so yeah, but I always say Outlaw is my friend. He's the one that, you know, yeah, I speak to, I vent to. But it is good to have another circle of friends or one or two other people that you can, you know, can reach out to or, you know, relate to. Okay, guys, another question I get asked a lot is, oh, can you find everything in Jamaica that you need? You know, like, have you got access to everything? And that's something that a lot of people are worried about. You know, a lot of people saying, oh, you know, I've got to ship everything over because I know I'm not gonna be able to find it in Jamaica. Or, you know, what do you do when you need something? You can find almost everything here. I mean, I think you can find everything here in Jamaica. Sometimes you have to search out for it a little bit more, depending on what you're looking for. But I think you can find everything here that you need. The price may not always be the price that you expect to pay, because a lot of things here are a lot more expensive. But ordering online is something that can be done. Guys, no, it's not like England, it's not like the USA where you can order it this afternoon and it's there with you tomorrow morning at your doorstep. It doesn't work like that. A lot of the things come from the US. So there are a lot of different shipping companies out there, or companies out there that you can use, should I say, where you can order your goods through them, and they get it shipped to Jamaica, and then you go and pick it up from one of their offices. Okay, and last question I get asked all the time is, why did you move to Jamaica? Like, why did you move to Jamaica? Why not is my answer. Why not, right? Guys, if you've seen my video why I moved to Jamaica in the first place, you know, you will already know some of the reasons why I moved to Jamaica. And I say this to people all the time. Jamaica was somewhere that I always knew I wanted to come and either live or spend a significant period of time. And I have and had an affiliation with Jamaica because, of course, you know, family connections here, so on and so forth. I've been coming here for so many years, and like I said, I knew it was somewhere that I wanted to come and spend more time or to live, and that's really why, because every time I used to come to Jamaica, it felt like home. You know, when I used to come off that plane and I used to step out the airport and I used to see people that looked like me, like, it felt like home, right? I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm home. So coming to live in Jamaica was almost like a no-brainer for me. You guys know that I didn't really have any plans, or I didn't, you know, detail how it was all going to work out. I just came, I stayed, and kind of never really went back to the UK on a permanent basis. But you know what? I've done my best to make it work. The great thing is this, I'm a Jamaican citizen and I'm a British citizen. Do you know, if this doesn't work out for me, I can go back to the UK, right? I can go back. And if it doesn't work out, I won't feel like a failure, because you know what? I did it, I've done it. I was here for a few years, enjoyed my time, loved my time here. And if I have to go back to the UK, then so be it, you know? Fortunate for me, I'm in a position, I don't have young children. So I don't really have to think about, oh my gosh, moving back and forth with kids, and obviously that's something that you may have to consider. But I'm free, you know, if I feel like leaving Jamaica and then going to live in another country altogether, then, you know, I can do that. If I feel like, do you know what, okay, I want to go back to the UK for a bit now, or I want to go back for a few years, I can do that. And I think I'm grateful for that freedom and flexibility that I have. And like I said before, I didn't want to wait until I was retired, and it's different for everybody, right? But I didn't want to wait until I was retired to come out here and spend long periods of time, or come and live. While I was young enough, I wanted to come, explore, try it out. It's doing good for me so far. I'm enjoying it. But if it doesn't work out, I can always come back to the UK and do something there. So that's kind of my attitude with it. Why not? You know, why not? When people ask me why, I'm like, why not? I'm still young enough to move about and to try new things and explore new things, right? So that's why. Okay, any advice or tips? Advice or tips? What I would say, I think my biggest piece of advice, or my biggest tip to anybody who was thinking about moving out here to Jamaica, I would say try it first, okay? I would say don't like pack everything up and quit your job and, you know, sell your house and do all of that, and then come out here and say, that's it, I've moved to Jamaica. If you've never done it before, if you don't have any real experience, I would say try it for a few months. Do a little tester. See how it works out. A lot of times we have an idea in our mind, I want to go and live somewhere, I want to do something. Sometimes you need to do a little test drive, okay? Because for me, vacationing, being on holiday here and living here is two different things, has been two different experiences for me personally. So I would say if you're thinking about moving out here, you want to, you know, something you're looking into, give it a test drive. Do your research, give it a test drive. Give it a few months, give it 6 months or so, maybe a year if you can. Test drive it out, and if it works for you, then think about how you can move from there. But I think that's the biggest piece of advice that I would give. So yes, guys, those are the most commonly asked questions I get asked all the time about moving from the UK to Jamaica. Guys, I hope that this video has been useful. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please watch the ads. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, That was it.
This one has got to be now, 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 now. Hey, Mr. Cruz. If it's money, we don't talk about it, cause we don't brag about it. House on the hill, that's how we go about it.